have not been this excited to put my research glasses back on for a review in a long time. As in today's video, not only are we going to be talking about a new revolutionary launch that Shark made, but we're also going to be comparing it against my absolute favorite Bissell carpet upholstery cleaner that I've had for 8 years, and you could not pry it out of my hands. I'm not really one to get super excited for new launches because products are remade and revamped every year, but when Shark released this cordless upholstery cleaner caddy all-in-one solution, let me just say it piqued my interest. Okay, now before I get into the differences of both machines, testing them, which one is more affordable, which one is more convenient, and all of that, I want to tell you a little bit about the Shark Stainforce. Essentially what Shark wanted to do was not only create the most convenient, ready-to-go, grab-and-go stain removal system, they wanted it to be extremely powerful even though it's cordless. The whole concept of the tool is that it comes in a really easy-to-carry caddy with everything in it. It has the stain solution on one side, the actual extraction and cleaning machine on the other side, and then it also comes with a wide nozzle as well as a slim nozzle to get into all kinds of nooks and crannies. This product is heavily marketed to people who have children and pets because we all know that those are the main dirt and stain causing things in our homes. Now, unlike other upholstery machines, it doesn't even have a water chamber. So you're not cleaning with water, you are cleaning with the solution that they include that you do repurchase once you run out, and the tool itself scrubs and extracts the stains. You don't even have to let the solution sit or soak or anything. You literally just spray it on, and as soon as you see it working, because you will see it working, you can then go ahead, scrub it with the attachments, which by the way, there's actually two sides to the scrubby attachment. There is that scrubby bristle brush attachment that is great for carpets, upholstery, but it also on the flip side comes with a yellow side, and this is perfect for getting rid of pet hair or any kind of like sticky things that really need to be picked up. Once you scrub the stain, all that's left is to extract it. And so the cool thing about this tool is that the extraction process is so simple. You're not dealing with cords. You don't have to kind of maneuver the handle in any funny way. You simply take your tool and pull it back, and the extraction process is so simple. I will say that the one thing that I noticed immediately is that the suction power is incredible. The other selling point that they touch on is that this entire caddy is always ready to go at your disposal. So whether you have something that's built in your home, in your car, in your garage, wherever you go, they even mention taking it to like an Airbnb because it's so lightweight. You literally just stick it in the car wherever you're gonna go, and you can use it anywhere. Now, cleaning the machine is also incredibly easy because the entire thing comes apart to be washed. Everything from the nozzle to the bristle brush all the way down to the filter and the dirty water chamber is able to be taken apart and completely rinsed thoroughly and dried. Now, I use this on my couches. I've used this on my brown upholstery chairs. I've also used it on old urine stains that my dog has left behind. I've also used this in like random weird crevices and corners around baseboards, and the small little slim tool is actually incredibly handy to have. All right, well, now that you know a little bit about the machine itself, let's compare the Shark system to the Bissell system, because yes, although it may be new, revolutionary, handy, I really just need it to work. I needed to get rid of the stain, and I needed to have my carpets clean. So as any curious consumer does, I went ahead and I purchased 3 carpet samples because I wasn't about to test this on my own carpet, just in case, you know what I'm saying? First carpet square, I have ketchup and barbecue sauce. Second carpet square, I have 2 types of berries. I have strawberries and blackberries. And on the third carpet square, I have grass stains as well as some balsamic vinegar because that tends to stain. Also, I did let the stains sit for about 2 to 3 hours just to show you what it would look like on a stain that isn't super fresh. So I started with my Bissell, filled up my water chamber also with a Bissell solution just to keep it fair. Everything is from Bissell. The one thing that I'm starting to notice immediately is that the upholstery head is about double the size of what the Shark head is. So as I started to spray the solution, you could see that it gets very saturated, very wet, but honestly, it was doing a pretty good job picking up the ketchup and the barbecue sauce. It took me a couple passes to really get in there and to extract all of the stuff, but overall, it did a really good job. Then I moved on to the berries. Also very similar results. I sprayed on my solution, and then I went in to scrub a little bit before I officially extract everything out. Picked up everything. It got rid of all of the stains. There really wasn't any staining left. It extracted all of the berry stuff that was in there. So for the berries, it also did a good job. Now moving on to what I would consider to be the toughest stain, which is grass stains as well as the balsamic vinegar. Sprayed on very well, but I did notice that I was struggling with the grass stain. There was definitely more staining around in that area, but as a whole, it really did a great job. Now, one test that I do want to show you guys is the amount of water that gets left behind even after a very thorough extraction process. I took a paper towel and I just basically dabbed the area where I already extracted with the Bissell, and I pressed pretty heavy because I wanted to see how much moisture was left behind after the extraction process. Overall, if I'm being honest, it was pretty good. There wasn't very much water, even though I was spraying the water on very liberally. So as far as the extraction process goes on the Bissell, it did a decent job. There was definitely some moisture left behind, but as a whole, it did good. Okay. Now that the Bissell is done, I went on to use my Shark. Again, I didn't have to plug anything in. I grabbed my caddy, and the fact that I can hold the tool in one hand was definitely helpful. I did the exact same thing, except for instead of using water, I used the cleaning solution that's included in the caddy. So as soon as that cleaning solution started to kind of, penetrate into the fibers of the fabric, I started scrubbing and extracting. Same as what I did with the Bissell, I gave it 2 to 3 passes, and then I resprayed the solution one more time just so it can really penetrate and soak into those stains. Very similar to the Bissell, it did a really, really great job extracting the ketchup as well as the barbecue sauce. It left very little staining behind. Then when I moved on to the berries, as you can see, the Oxy cleaning solution hit the berries. It almost instantly starts to disappear without me even scrubbing, which tells me that when it comes to food-based stains, this solution is excellent. And so very similar, I went ahead and I extracted everything out of there. I mean, the extraction suction is so powerful. And here's one thing that I really, really did enjoy. I love that I could position the head in any kind of different direction, and I wasn't limited by the cord, the big round cord that is attached to the Bissell. I didn't have to worry about it bending or ripping. I did have to replace my cord one time before, a couple years ago, because after some time with the movement of the pipe and the cord itself, it does crack. Just keep that in mind. Even though I've had the machine for 8 years, I did have to replace the cord on it one time due to it cracking from the maneuvering of the head. All right, now lastly, moving on to the grass and the balsamic vinegar. I love that I could extract the balsamic vinegar juice out first before applying any kind of solution, which is kind of what I did. Then I applied the solution, and very similar to the Bissell, it did a really, really great job extracting all of that. I will say that I noticed it did a slightly better job extracting the grass stains, which I think is because of the stain solution. Now, similar with the Bissell, I went ahead and I took a paper towel and did the same paper towel test, and I pressed really firm because I wanted this to be fair. I wanted to see how much water was left behind. And even though there definitely was dampness left behind, it was less than what the Bissell left behind. Even though the Bissell extraction power is pretty darn good, I will say that the Shark had a stronger extraction. Now, as you can see, the very next day, you can see what the carpet squares look like in daylight, which is a better gauge of how the machines did. And I will say that ketchup and barbecue sauce are, of course, some of the hardest things to get out. So there's a little bit of staining on both sides, but it's about equal. The berry stains are gone completely on both sides, and that was to be expected because both solutions do a really, really great job on getting out food stains, which if you have kiddos, that's probably your number one concern if you have lighter furniture. Now, when it comes to the balsamic and the grass stains, I will say that the Shark probably did a tiny bit better. Even though the Bissell did really, really well, there's just the tiniest hint of green, only because I know that it's there, but I can see it. And then same with the balsamic, just the tiniest shade of brown left over. But again, if you didn't know it was there, you probably wouldn't even be able to see it. The only thing that I really don't love about the Shark machine is the fact that the head is so small. So if I'm going to clean a larger area, it's going to take me longer. And I will say that sometimes, in some cases, having the machine drench the product in water and solution is actually beneficial, but not in all cases. For instance, if you're washing your couches, I can see where spraying it down with a water solution is beneficial because you're able to almost wash the couch versus if you have carpeting or flooring under the carpeting, if you saturate the area too much and don't extract out all the water that's underneath, not only are you actually spreading the stain, potentially smell, if that stuff is in your rug pad, your flooring, it's actually going to get under your rug, onto your floors, and actually spread and potentially cause mold, decay, or just overall spread the smell. When it comes to things like maybe spot cleaning or cleaning up things like urine, you want to use something smaller like the Shark that's not actually going to put out any more water. It's going to extract the nasty stuff. Then you spray on your oxy solution that also kills and fights odors, and then you can extract the rest of it out and you're not spreading any of that smell. Now, here is what keeps me coming back to the Shark machine. It's the fact that if there's any kind of mess, I quickly can go and grab this caddy. No cords, no water solutions, nothing. I just grab the caddy. My spray solution is already in here. I have my actual cleaning machine. My little thin nozzle is already attached. So I'm not running around. I'm not looking for my solution, my water tank to be clean. I'm not looking for any kind of spray solution. I'm not fumbling with cords. I'm not fumbling with the hose itself. All of that is taken care of. So I can clean whatever stain super fast, super quick. I bought this 8 years ago. It was $180. Yes, that is what I paid 8 years ago. It's going strong, except for the fact that I did have to replace the hose one time, which cost me about $40. So all in all, I think I'm into this machine $220. Now, this brand spanking new, not on sale, is $199. There are no cords, obviously, no hoses. There's nothing else that you need to purchase in addition except for the spray solution when you run out. Now, the cool thing about this solution is that your trigger pops off. You never have to replace this. You simply buy the new solution whenever you run out. In today's market, you can get any one of these Bissell machines between $140 to around $180, depending on the time that you buy it, if there's a promotion, a sale, and things like that. So when it comes to price, the price is very comparable. Now, when it comes to convenience, which one will I reach for? Just very flat out honest opinion, I'm going to be reaching for this one. But it's always ready to go. It's like having something on charge ready to go versus this. I have to then wrap up the cord. I have to clean a much larger dirty water tank, and then I have to fill it up with solution. I have to make sure that not only is the cord wrapped up, the hose is wrapped up. It takes up more space. So there you have it. This was the battle of the carpet upholstery machines today, and you choose the winner, honestly. Do you want more convenience or do you want more coverage area? It's really up to what it is that you're looking for. But when it comes to things like every single day messes, if you have pets and kids, this Shark is just, it's a chef's kiss and it's a must. If you are interested in finding any of these products or the stain cleaning solution, I will also link a couple articles down for you guys just to read about the engineering that went into this machine, which I thought was super fascinating. I'll have all those links down in my description box. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one.